Hold on, start over it.
You got me clear? You got me good?
Yep.
You got me? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let you know now, okay, if I need to confiscate this phone for anything, okay? All right? Okay? All right. The reason why I'm stopping you, getting out with you, you're traveling the wrong way.
What code is that, sir?
You're on the, let me finish. You're gonna let me
I'm
finish?
not in a motor vehicle. I'm not required to travel in the right-hand lane, sir. No, I'm not, because you keep explaining the same thing that is not a code.
You're asking for a code.
Yes, sir, because crimes are listed under codes which describe what the crime is, what the nature and cause of the crime is, and what the punishment for the crime is. That's what a crime is. That's what allows you to interact with a civilian. It's when there is a crime being committed by breaking a code. Am I free to go is what I want to know.
You went to a whole another lawyer expectation. I mean,
This is America, sir, and it's also the state of Georgia, and we have constitutions that dictate when we are required to interact with officers of the law, and when we are not required to interact with officers of the law, and when we have committed a crime, and when we have not. There are codes to determine that, and since there have been no codes violated,
have I stated you committed a crime? So
you have. Am I being detained, sir?
So you're saying that I cannot interact with you?
I'm saying that
you have committed a crime.
You cannot detain me unless I have committed a crime.
Listen.
Am I detained? Am I free to go?
Let me ask you a question.
Am I free to go?
Have I asked you your name?
No, sir.
Have I asked you any legal questions at all?
No, sir.
All I have done.
But you're taking up my time and creating a hazard.
All I have done is advise you of your safety. That's all I've done.
But that's outside of your job, sir.
That's not.
Yes, it is.
Outside
your
of my
job is to enforce the law, which is codes.
And my job is to protect and serve.
By enforcing codes, which dictate what is to be considered a public safety matter and what is not, sir.
A public safety matter. This right here is a public safety matter. I'm just going off what you're saying. Because I know, but I'm going off of what you're saying. You said public safety. You are the public. This is a safety problem.
No, sir. I don't. The only safety problem I see is your blue lights blinding oncoming drivers so that they can't see the road, sir.
That's your expectation.
Am I free to go?
That's your...
am I being detained or am I free to go, sir?
You need to.
With your bicycle, you're not supposed to have a rear light.
Oh, there is. And as soon as a vehicle approaches me from the rear, I turn it on. There's also one on the trailer that if I have to travel in the far right lane, I can turn it on too. I am 100% set up for safety. And I also have flash mode in case of adverse weather conditions on both lights.
The only thing you need to do is actually get on that side of the highway.
Since there is no code dictating that, I'm going to do what's the safest option, sir.
The safest option?
The safest option is to be able to see the vehicles before they approach me. If you ride a bicycle down this road, you'll see why that is. It's because people think it's a game to get as close to the bicyclist as possible, even though Georgia law says move over or slow down for the bicyclist. When they are approaching me from the rear, I cannot move over.
Not on a highway, though.
That's all public roads and highways, sir. All public roads and highways.
So you've looked up the code section?
I do not know the code section by heart, but I have read it. Yes, sir.
You looked it up and you read it. Let's see what it says.
All right, pull it up and let's see what it says.
You already got it.
But in the meantime, I still want to know, am I free to go or am I being detained?
You already got it pulled up.
What code?
Since you will not indicate that I am being detained, I am going to assume that I am free to go, sir. Is that correct?
You're free to travel on that side of the road.
No, sir. You don't create the law. If you believe that I should have to travel on one side or the other, take that up and have a law created about it. Yes, you do. If you want to enforce, if you want to tell me what I have to do as a private citizen,
create the laws. I'm not. That's above mine.
And since there does not exist a law, you don't have the right to tell me where I can and can't travel, seeing as how I'm traveling in the side of the road that is the safest.
Okay.
For
But
me,
like I
as well as
said,
every other motorist on the
no,
road.
it's not for the other.
Yes,
other motorists.
absolutely.
So why did that motorist have to swerve out of its traveling lane between that white line and that white line? Why did that?
They did not have
vehicle
to. They chose to. You saw that
to
I move
keep
off
from
of the lane.
striking
No, sir.
a
I move
bicycle.
off of the road, sir. Just like I did as you approached. Again, I ask, am I being detained or am I free to go, sir? Because you do not create the law. You do not tell me where I am free to be. I am free to be wherever I choose to be upon public property, sir.
I'm not.
As a tax-paying American citizen, I have the right to do whatever is legal. Since there is no law prohibiting me from traveling on this side of the road,
On the outside
it is
of this
100%.
line, on the outside of this line, which is
As long as I am not in front of a vehicle, it is perfectly fine for me to travel there. Were I traveling in a motor vehicle, which is subject to Georgia's Title 40, then yes, I would have to travel over there, and I would have to travel inside the lane, inside of a particular lane even more. But seeing as how there is no code, why are you holding me on the side of the road in the middle of the night, blinding cars with your blue lights?
the reason why I'm doing that is because, let me explain again. When I passed by, I saw a motor vehicle swerve to miss.
Not to miss. I'm off of the road when vehicles pass. I turn on my light, I point it down so it does not blind them, and I move off of the road. Just as I did when you approached,
So
after
how
you
was
turned
I-
around and
so
approached,
how
sir.
was I supposed to know that? Whenever
Again,
that
am I being
vehicle
detained or am I free to go, sir?
When that vehicle
This is getting a little
swerved,
bit a little bit outrageous.
It is.
You are only allowed to
It
hold me
is.
on the side of
It
the road
really
for the
is.
duration of the period of
It
time
really is.
that it is
No,
required
that's
for an
a traffic stop.
investigatory
No, that's
stop.
for it.
That's for any
I'm not-
time you
I'm
stop
not-
a private
it's-
citizen,
see,
sir.
You're going, and you saying investigative stop. That's for
Yes, that's
motorists.
this is
That's not for a
Terry
bicycle.
stops are not allowed in Georgia. So no matter whether I'm driving a car or anything else, Terry stops are not legal.
So,
If I'm not driving a car and I'm not committing a crime, I don't have to talk to you, sir.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm going to
Are we
assume at this
doing-
point that seeing as how you have not listed a code that I'm violating, you have not given me
Correct me
any
if I'm wrong.
identification
I mean,
of
'cause
reasonable
I'm-
articulable suspicion
correct
that
me
I
if
have
I'm
committed, am
wrong,
committing, or am
because-
about to commit a crime. I'm going to assume that I am free to go and bid you adieu. Thank you, sir.
Correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Am I being detained?
We're not done talking.
Am I being detained, sir? That is a direct question. It's a yes or no
What's
question.
your name, sir? What's your name?
I don't have to give you my name.
Pedestrian on the roadway is a charge.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
County ordinance.
Pull it up.
Pedestrians in the roadway.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
What's your name, sir?
I don't have to give you my name. I'm not committing a crime and I'm not driving a car.
You don't have to be.
Yes, I do.
driving a car to commit a crime. You don't have to be.
I have to be committing a crime, which is a violation of a ordinance
don't
or
have to
code
be-
in order to be committing a
Listen to
crime,
me.
though, sir.
You don't have to be committing a crime to be. Everybody that's in a vehicle is not committing a crime. You understand what I'm saying? There's people that.
Everybody
commit
that's not
crimes.
committing a crime is not committing a crime. If I haven't violated a Georgia code or an Upson County ordinance, then I have not committed a crime, sir. So list the
like
Upson
this
County.
officer
You say
said,
that there is an Upson County ordinance, sir.
pedestrian
What is the
on
Upson County ordinance? What is the
roadway,
number? There is a number associated with it. Pull it up.
All the laws that
What
is out here, you think
what
we-
code are you going to cite on the citation? Were you to choose to cite me for pedestrian in the roadway? All right, well, use your computer system and find out if that's a real code or just something you made up out of thin air to try to be a tyrant.
What's a tyrant? Explain that to me.
An officer who thinks that he has authority above and beyond the limitations of the law and thinks that he's allowed to just hold up any private free citizen at will.
I'm gonna look that up.
Anyone who chooses to step on the rights of an American citizen is considered a tyrant. What's your name and badge number, sir?
Deputy Hansworth, we don't have badge numbers.
I highly doubt that's true. What's your name? Thank you. And he gave his name at the beginning of the video. There will be a formal complaint filed about this. This is unacceptable.
Sheriff's office is open up at 8 o'clock. Sheriff and the captain are usually there at 8 o'clock.
All right.
More than welcome to file your complaint.
I will. I absolutely plan to. I want to reach into my basket for my coffee, which is on this side. My sidearm is on that side. I'm not reaching for my weapon. Thank you. These are very expensive occurrences for counties. I don't know why y'all keep doing this. Auditors are everywhere. County after county after county gets lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit for these overstretches of governmental authority. Yet y'all keep doing it. Why? Why not limit your actions to within the realm of the law and leave people alone? Because I should not have to speak to law enforcement when I have not committed a crime. Period.
There's more to law enforcement than just crime. Checking on the public.
I'm just dropping this back in there. Yeah, but when the public indicates that they don't want to talk to you, you just step away and let them be. You don't just keep holding them on the side of the road. No one still has answered whether I'm being detained or not. And as long as I'm not being detained, I'm free to go, right?
Sergeant said if you would get on the correct side of the roadway.
Well, he doesn't make the law, and since there isn't a law that says I have to be over there, not a legitimate one.
He's looking up for you. He'll give you all the codes and
Okay.
everything else you need.
Reason it's taking him so long is because there doesn't exist one. I'm not required to put my own life in danger by being over there where I can't see motorists as they approach me. Especially seeing how people around here don't care about a cyclist. They move over towards the cyclist instead of to avoid the cyclist.
So, sir, I'm gonna give you this code section.
All right.
Listen to me, all right? Okay. Since you want me to give you code numbers, okay? 40-6-96. Okay, you got that code?
40-6-96.
Okay. Pedestrian. On or either along the roadway.
What is a pedestrian? Go to the definition section of that same section and see what is a pedestrian.
So don't get in the roadway no more.
I'm not on foot, I'm on a bicycle.
Not getting in the roadway anymore, okay? That's your warning from me to you, okay? Anybody else catch you, they gonna cite you, take you to jail, okay? All right. Okay.
I have just
So
as
you
much.
got your warning, okay?
Supreme Court has ruled.
I just
that-
tried to read it to you. You didn't want to hear or listen.
It doesn't
like I
matter
said.
what that
Okay.
says.
It
Supreme
doesn't matter
Court
what the law
said-
says. I gave you a code. You wanted a code.
U.S.
You wanted a
Constitution.
code.
U.S.
You
Constitution.
wanted a
Article
code. I
6,
gave you a
Clause
code.
2. The
I'm giving
U.S.
you a
Federal
warning,
Code,
okay? Do you have
Constitution,
me recorded?
and any federal codes
have
or
my
treaties beyond
Do
are
you
made
have me
within
on
that
recording?
are the ultimate law of the land, and any state law which disrupts that or is in contest with
Do
it
you
shall be
have
null
me
and void in and of
recorded?
itself.
That's
Supreme Court has ruled
40-6-96.
that
Okay? Whenever you go to court,
the ability,
40-6-96. Okay?
the,
So if
the
you-
use of the public
if you
roadways
are
by
in this
any
roadway,
individual,
once
by any modern
again,
conveyance,
once again, you will suffer penalties, okay? I just wanted you to know. You wanted to speak code, so I got you a code.
a code
That's
that
what
is
I got.
invalid due to its discrepancy with the
No,
U.S.
that
Constitution
code
and federal
is
treaty.
invalid. How'd that go? How?
All right, hear me out. How is it invalid?
Okay.
Hear me out.
Okay, let me hear you
United
out, 'cause I
States,
wanna hear this.
United States Supreme Court ruling in the case of Thompson versus Smith. The use of the public roads, streets, and highways by any person, by any modern conveyance, in the usual course of life and business is a right and not a mere privilege which can be permitted or revoked at will. Look it up. That is a Supreme Court ruling. It is above any state code because of Article 6,
How
Clause
did we
2, which
get to
states
code?
that federal
How did
code
we
is,
get to code? You said, show you a code, right?
and you gave me an
Wait,
illegitimate
hold on.
code that is self-nullifying according to Article 6, Clause 2, United States Constitution.
Okay, all right. So You use yours. I mean, you wanted code. I went back, I researched, I gave you a code.
And I understand that they do not train you guys on the limitations and the ability of your codes to be enforced based on their own nullification.
So, in order for me to talk to you, that's what you needed me to do, is get you a code. I went back, I researched it, I got you the code. Now I'm trying to
A
talk
code?
to you now.
You gave me a code for a pedestrian, though. I'm a cyclist, not a pedestrian.
All right, man. Look.
And beyond that,
please stay off the roadway, okay? All right.
I will stay in whatever position is safest.
Which is not in the roadway. Get on the roadway,
Okay.
you're going to jail.
All right.
It wouldn't even be an arrestable offense, even if it was legitimate. No, sir. I will be seeing you guys again after I file the formal complaint and and open the charges against you. Thank you, sir.